When we're young, we have an amazing, positive outlook about how great life is going to be, but somewhere along the line, we forget to dream and end up settling. Join Up Dots features amazing people who refuse to give up and chose to go after their dreams. This is your blueprint for greatness. So here's your host, live from the back of his garden in the UK, David Ralph.
Yes, hello there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the fourth part of the mini-series, How to Start Your Own Business, where we're giving you all the steps that I use time and time again to find profitable businesses that I can mine for either online income, coaching, passive income, whatever. But right from the very beginning of episode 1 of this mini-series, I have been saying to you, it's down to you guys. It's down to your research. If you just kind of go into this willy-nilly and don't really sort of put your best foot forward and go, no, this is going to change my life. This is a proper thing I need to do. I can't just sit half-heartedly watching Netflix and flicking over a few things. I've got to do this like an MBA. And believe me, it works. And it has been working time and time again over the last few years. Many people have gone through this, through Join Up Dots, and have come out the other side with a business, or they've changed their life, or they've found their passion, or whatever. Okay, so in episode 1, 2, and 3, we were looking about finding your thing and finding out what other people are doing and playing to your strengths. That was the first 3 episodes of this series. Now, in this episode, we're going to be looking at how to actually make sure that there's money in it. Because, yeah, you can do something that you love doing, but that's a hobby. I love doing jigsaw puzzles. I can lose hours doing jigsaw puzzles, but I would be struggling to think of how to actually make money from those. But I'm sure you can. Maybe you do them, and once you've done them, you put them in a photo frame and you sell them as like a completed work of art. You could do. There's ways to make money in any regard. You just have to sort of think laterally and the other one. What is it? Laterally and whatever it is, can't think of the word, and then, boom, come up with some concepts. So what I like to do on here, excuse me, I'm going to have to clear my throat. Got a little bit of a niggling cold. So what I like to do is, once I've found the job and the concept and the themes that I'm interested in and I want to start building a business in, I basically look at what other people are doing and I look to see how they are making money. And most of the time online, you'll see that it's a course, or it's a PDF, or it's passive income, i.e. affiliate links. So I go onto all the different websites that interest me in that concept, and I start jotting down what other people are doing. Okay, that person, what are they doing? Right, they're doing a course. Okay, I can see that. And they are charging this amount. Okay, they're doing this, they're doing that. And I get a detailed list breaking it down. So once I've done, maybe, you could do up to 100, because it's all data for you. The more you do into it, you will see the more familiar themes of income. And within those themes, once again, you will be able to see so many people are actually making money from it. Now, of course, you may argue, David, how do we know they're making money for it? Well, what I would actually do on that, I would look to see when their last blog post or their bit of content went live. If it's a zombie blog that has just been walking around aimlessly for years and hasn't been updated, yeah, you could argue that probably they've left it, they've moved on to something new. But if it's something with a right up-to-date blog post or a podcast or some kind of content, then I think there's a pretty good chance that you can actually say that they're making money on it, and that's why they're still providing content to the world. Okay, the other thing you can do along that line, so you've done all your research, but we can go over to Google Trends. And Google Trends is brilliant because it gives you a snapshot of traffics for keywords. So for example, if I went over to Google Trends, and you can just Google Trends and it doesn't blow up the internet, people always used to say to me, do you know, if you Google, it won't know what to do and the internet will blow up. Doesn't happen. I've tried it numerous different ways, and no, it's still going. So go over and do Google Trends and find a keyword, find a subject that you are interested in, and put it in. You change it to the country that you want, and you can see there's all drop down, so you can change it to United Kingdom or America or Australia, so you can see the sort of local traffic. And not only can you see the trends, because what you would want with a business is to see that the trends are quite consistent. Yeah, they're going to be up and down, but you don't want something that's going the wrong way. So that it used to be popular, but now it's dipping down, and nobody's sort of searching for it. What you need to do is find something consistent. So I would take my subjects, the jobs, the occupations, what I want to do, and put it into Google Trends. And Google Trends, as I say, will show you whether this is worth persisting with, because the traffic is going to be consistent. And you can play around with Google Trends. It's quite easy to do, and you can flick up and down, and it will tell you different keywords. For example, I put in piano teacher, and it came up with related queries, piano teacher near me, and it tells me that there's 8,900 people a month searching for piano teacher near me. Is that a business in itself? Of course it is. Now, the third step to monetizing is a little bit more complicated, but Google has another thing called the keyword planner. The keyword tool, and once again go over there and Google the keyword planner. And what is brilliant about this is for AdSense. This is how Google makes a lot of their money. So when you go and Google anything, you will see that there's search results, and then there's advertisements at the top or at the bottom. Now, dependent on the competition, you will find out how much people are having to pay for those ads to appear. So if it's something that there's no money in it and people aren't actually trying to get a part of that market, then you will find that the cost per click is very low. It's quite cheap. Subsequently, if there's a lot of money in there, so you might have something like investment or finance or real estate or something like that, where you know that the end product is quite lucrative, to say the least, then the cost per click is going to be quite high. And once again, you can go and set up an account on Tool Planner, and within that, all you've got to do is put your keywords, and it will tell you how much each click that an advert, if you were setting it up for that keyword, would be. Now, I would always look at that, and I want to go where the money is. I want to know where people are actually spending money. That's why people are trying to advertise more. Don't be frightened by the competition. There's loads of ways of getting a huge amount of income into your business, but it gives you an indication whether there's money swimming around in that subject. If people are willing to spend money advertising there, you're damn right that there's going to be money ready to be had. Okay, so we're just going to summarize that. So we've done step 1, 2, and 3. We're now on to episode 4. And on this, we're looking at all the things that we like, the things that play to our strengths. And now we're looking to see if there's money there, if there's money to be mined within that subject, so that we can build a business, get the right traffic to come to us, and know that that traffic, more often than not, are willing to open their wallets and their purses and spend. I see it time and time again where people come to me and they say, David, I've been creating this business and no one's buying. And I say to them, well, it's quite obvious. You know, you haven't defined your customer. You have gone basically for a customer who's not going to buy because they're just looking for free. All the tools that I've said to you are out there, all really, really useful to find out that commercial viability and to make sure that there is money in the area you're going for. If you're not going for the money, fine, but that's a hobby. If you want to change your life and build a business, you got to know that your customer is willing to open their wallets and purses and buy your products and services. That is entrepreneurial mindset, and that is where you're being directed. Okay, so that's the end of episode 4, part 4. Excuse me, clear me throat again. We will be back very, very shortly with episode 5, which leads us into more mining the data and making sure that we have got a business that is going to rock and roll. Until next time, thank you so much for listening. All the best. Cheers. So you've listened to the episode of Join Up Darts and you've got some ideas going through your head, but you don't know where to turn. And more often than not, people try to do it on their own and they go round and round in circles for many years until they give up. Well, you don't need to, because at Join Up Darts, we have got a business coaching platform where we will teach you in a very short period of time how to get your own business up and running, how to do the right market research, and basically how to win the game before you even start. If that is of interest to you, just come across to Join Up Darts and you can check out our coaching platforms, connect with us, and we will drop you a line and tell you a little bit more about the kind of things that we operate and how it can help you. I look forward to seeing you online, and if you get a podcast, I'll come on your show. I'll be a guest.